I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Money Matters Top Tips Success, where each and every day I bring on new business owners, entrepreneurs, and executives and have them share their top tips for success with you. My name is Adam Torres. You can follow me on Instagram, Ask Adam Torres, to keep up with my book releases, book tour schedule, signings, all that other good stuff. Always love to connect with you there. And as always, if you'd like to apply to become a co-author of one of my upcoming books, just head on over to the website, moneymatterstoptips.com, and click on Become an Author to apply. All right, so today I have Ross Franklin on the line. He's founder and CEO of Pure Green Franchise. Ross, welcome to the show.
Adam, thanks so much for having me.
So I'm excited to get into what you're doing over at Pure Green Franchise and your vision behind the company. I mean, really exciting stuff you're doing. But before we do that, let's get a little bit further into your background. So how did you get started in business and as an entrepreneur?
Absolutely. So I used to be in the fitness business. I worked for a lot of high-end clubs like Equinox, the Sports Center, Chelsea Piers, Old Gym, Town Sports International, and health clubs all over the Northeast. I started my own consulting company where I kind of became the turnaround expert, where if you had a struggling fitness business, I got the call to go in and work with the owner to turn the business around. And I started to get hired for Pilates studios, yoga studios, specialty boutique studios, and I launched a number of them. And then finally, I started to get hired for juice bars. And the juice bar was always very interesting for me. I love the model, and I've always been into health and fitness. But for me, my passion really is, how do I make people healthier? How do I transition the mainstream population into a healthy lifestyle? And what I loved about the juice bar model is that when you compare a 500 square foot juice bar to a 40,000 square foot health club, the juice bar model is so much more scalable. And when you consider the optimal health, 80% of getting results has to do with nutrition, where only 20% has to do with fitness. And I want to focus on the larger part of that equation. I want to get people results. So that was really the driving force behind why I created Pure Green.
Man, that's interesting. And I think that the space and the reason behind what you're doing just makes so much sense. Number one, makes business sense. Number two, it's scalable, obviously. But number three, I've never heard anybody else in that field going after the 80-20 model, which makes sense, though, because you're a trainer, so you get it.
Exactly. I'm a fan of the principle.
Hey, not claiming I'm great in the gym, but I will say that I eat really clean, so I at least look like I work out a lot more than I probably do. So there you go. I love it, Ross. So that being said, there's some young entrepreneurs out there right now that are listening, or maybe they're getting started in their first career and they're thinking about going maybe down that, that entrepreneurial path in the fitness niche, whether it be through a physical product or otherwise. You've managed to make a career and have some pivots within that fitness industry and do well. What kind of advice would you give to that, really just that brand new, just getting started entrepreneur that's going the fitness route?
Sure. Well, I think number one, everything stems from passion and what your mission is. And it's so important to clearly define for yourself what's your mission, what's the mission for the business that you're creating, and does your personal mission really translate well to your company vision? And the most important thing is, if you have that burning desire, if you have that passion, that's really what's going to carry you over when things get tough. Because every business has problems. Every business faces challenges. And some of those challenges can take out a lot of companies. But if you are really congruent with your mission, the mission for your company, and you really have that passion, that's really going to carry you through when times get tough, because the times do get tough. So I would say passion is one of the most important things for young entrepreneurs just starting out a business. Make sure that you're doing it for the right reasons. You're starting that business because you believe in the mission, you're trying to solve a problem, and you're really passionate about it. And that will really help increase your success rate.
That's awesome. Let's switch it up a bit. So you touched on it, but I want to go deeper. Let's get further into Pure Green Franchise. So tell me a little bit more about the business, please.
Absolutely. So with Pure Green, we have our franchise division, where we have 7 locations in New York City, one of the most competitive cities in the world. And Our stores range from about 500 square feet to the largest one, 1,600 square feet. And our core products are superfood smoothies. Your smoothies that everything on the menu tastes amazing and everything is a nutritional powerhouse. It's all about that balance between high performance nutrition and amazing taste. And with we also have a wholesale division. So we, part of our core product is also a cold pressed juice. And the cold pressed juice, we have up to 5 pounds of fresh fruits and vegetables in every bottle. And we have our cold pressed juice in hundreds of high-end hotels, dozens of distributors, some pretty big and impressive brands. So we're in over about 30 states, and that's our wholesale division. And our mission really is to just help make people healthier. How do we inspire healthier communities all around the globe? And so our goal really is to be represented in all the major cities in the United States. So we have locations now in development in Florida and in Chicago, and we're looking for more franchisees right now to open up Pure Green locations in other states. So for those young entrepreneurs out there looking at a business, if your passion is in health and wellness, and a Pure Green franchise could be a good fit.
Let's talk a little bit more about product development. So how do you go about these flavors and products? How do you go about, kind of putting them together? Because I think you have some really interesting things going on. So some people have heard of, having a juice, they've been maybe into some juice bars, but I think you have a slightly different slant over at Pure Green Franchise.
Absolutely. So with product development, there's, again, 2 criteria. Number one, it's got to taste amazing. Nothing on the menu tastes bad. Like, it's got to taste amazing and appeal to the mainstream population flavor profile. And number 2, it's got to be a nutritional powerhouse. So we source the highest quality ingredients. We use superfoods from all over the globe. Superfoods like raw cacao, raw form of chocolate, super high in polyphenols. We have spirulina, which is a blue-green algae. So we use that in all our products. And ultimately, it really just comes back to product development. Does it taste amazing, and is it a nutritional powerhouse? And those are the 2 main criteria we look to focus on when we develop our products.
Man, that coconut hydrate one that I'm looking at right now has me thirsty.
Yeah, that's a good one for pre-post workout. The coconut water is very hydrating. The chia seeds have a lot of protein, and it tastes delicious.
And I'm a sucker for active charcoal. I think it looks delicious too.
Yeah. The active charcoal, the activated charcoal in the active charcoal, it's amazing detoxifier, and it's a lemonade. So that's a good one.
Fantastic. So what's next for this? So you said you're expanding, and so now what's your next part of the vision of this company?
So our goal is by the end of 2020, we want to have 50 signed franchise locations all over the United States. So we have locations in construction right now in Florida. We're looking at leases in Chicago right now. So the next 2 states are in Florida, Chicago. And we're in talks with potential franchisees who want to open up in some other great cities. And we're looking for more.
Oh, that's fantastic, man. What an awesome story. I love to hear this. Started as a trainer, became a consultant, helping these gyms succeed, helping them turn around as a consultant, added to your tool belt this amazing juice business, Pure Green franchise, and now expanding. And not only are you helping people with health, you're also helping with their wealth to allow them the opportunity to plug into the model that you created over at Pure Green franchise, also to leverage that to match what they want to do in terms of helping people with health and also, of course, making money. So, I mean, it's just such a win-win model that you've created. Awesome stuff there, Ross. And if so,
exactly.
So there's people listening, and I see it. There's many layers to what you're doing. It's great work. So there's many people listening right now that are they may want info on either side. So let's go. Let's start with if people want to purchase the product, how do they do that? Number one, you touched on it, but let's go further. And then number two, if somebody wants more information on looking under the hood of the franchise and what that entails, how do people get more info?
So our website is puregreenfranchise.com. That's our main website, which will lead you to whatever you're interested in.
Oh, fantastic. Well, hey, Ross, really appreciate you coming on the show today and sharing more about your background and all the great work you're doing over at Pure Green Franchise to provide an opportunity for both health and wealth. And to the audience, as always, thank you for tuning in. We got a lot of value out of this. If you did, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast, leave me a review on the app iTunes, or share this with your friends and family. I mean, do all those great things we do to support our podcasters. I really do appreciate it. And Ross, thanks again for coming on the show.